Hey, I am back again with a Journey into Nyx booster pack. I just got this in the mail today and I'm very excited to open it up. If you'll see, it still has the shrink wrap on it, so it's not a repack. It is a brand new 36 booster pack box. I'm very stoked. Alright, so let's see what we've got inside. Alright, so I just opened up the first pack. I was having trouble focusing, so here I am. Skipped ahead to the uncommons. Got Tormented Thoughts. As an additional cost to cast Tormented Thoughts, sacrifice a creature. Target player discards a number of cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power. And that's 3. Alright. Akron Linebreaker. Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Akron Linebreaker gets a +2/+0 and gains Intimidate until end of turn. Leonin Iconoclast. You guys will have to tell me if I'm saying that right. It also has Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets him, destroy target enchantment creature an opponent controls. Nice. With Journey into Nyx, there are a lot of enchantment creatures, so that's like a really big deal if you're just playing with other people that have Journey into Nyx decks purely, so that's pretty awesome. Ooh! Eidolon of the Great Revel. I have one of these and I really like it. So this is our rare. Whenever a player casts a spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, Eidolon of the Great Revel deals 2 damage to that player. And it only costs 2 to put out, and it's a 2/2 enchantment creature. That's pretty cool. Alright, we got Swamp and some junk. I'm gonna open this up. Sorry, this is gonna take a little bit long because I am not great at opening them yet. So, here we go. Consign to Dust. Strive. Consign to Dust costs 3 more to cast for each target beyond the first. Destroy any number of target artifacts and or enchantments. Nice. Spiteful Blow. I like this card. Destroy target creature and target land. But it costs 6, so that's kind of expensive, but it's actually a pretty good card, I think. Forgeborn Oreads. Constellation. Whenever Forgeborn Oreads or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. And it's a 4/2 enchantment creature. Oh, Aegis of the Gods. You have hexproof. You can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. That is a card I was actually really wanting. I hope I get more than one of these because that would be really great. I love that against like lightning bolts or lightning strikes or searing spears, any of those cards. You know, I'm actually not sure if any of those cards are in Journey into Nyx, but I play with people that do a lot of mixed set decks, so alright, skimming ahead. Tormented Thoughts again. We know what that does. Mogus's Warhound. 2, and its bestow cost is 3. It's an enchantment creature. Mogus's Warhound attacks each turn if able. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and attacks each turn if able. Gold Forge Sentinel. I'm not a big fan of that card. Oh. Hero's Bane. Oh, I was wanting this card. Hero's Bane, I think, is pretty cool, and I don't have a lot of cool green cards, so this is awesome. Hero's Bane enters the battlefield with 4 1/1 counters on it, and if you pay 4, put X 1/1 counters on Hero's Bane where X is its power. Now, the reason why I like this is because I actually have a counter deck, and I mostly have Khans of Tarkir cards in there, but I do have a few Journey into Nyx cards because of the Heroic that adds like +1/+1 counters sometimes. I think this is great. And I got a foil, Font of Return. It's just a common, but it's still foil, which I think is nice. So it's an enchantment. If you pay 2 to put it out, and if you pay 4, sacrifice Font of Return. Return up to 3 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Nice. Alright. That's pretty good. This is pretty nice. I like opening up a box of boosters. Alright, let's skim ahead again to Armory of Iroas. I have one of these as a foil, and I really like it with my 1/1 counter deck. So whenever equipped creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it, and it costs 2 to equip. So it costs like a 4 to put out and equip, but then it's great, especially if you put it on Simic Manipulators, which are from the Gatecrash series, and or from the Gatecrash set, not series. And if you put this on it and then you attack, it ends up being a lot, and then you can steal your opponent's creatures, because that's what Simic Manipulator does. You guys ought to look that up. It's like one of my favorite cards. Eidolon of Rhetoric. Each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. Nice. Thassa's Ire. It costs 1 to put out, and then for 4 you may tap or untap target creature. Nice. King Makar, the Gold Cursed. I've been wanting this card! Okay, so Inspired. When King Makar, the Gold Cursed, becomes untapped, if you may exile target creature. If you do, put a colorless artifact token named Gold onto the battlefield. It has sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Nice. And another foil! A foil rare! Nice! I got 2 rares in this pack! Awesome! Okay, so it's Silence of the Believers and Strive. Silence the Believers. Costs 3 more to cast for each target beyond the first. Exile any number of target creatures and all auras attached to them. Dude, that's really awesome. Okay. On to the next batch. Disciple of Deceit. I just read about this card, and that's pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited to have this card for my blue and black deck. I think my blue and black deck is going to be a zombie deck, just because I think that the zombie cards are really cool, and I'm starting to rack up some really good ones. So, whenever Disciple of Deceit becomes untapped, you may discard a non-land card. If you do, search your library for a card with the same converted mana cost as that card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. That is an awesome card. It's one of the things that kind of reminds me of Defense of the Heart, in the way that you can pick out cards that you want from your deck. I love cards like that. Hour of Need. Always good for a Sphinx deck, or for any kind of blue deck, actually. Agent of Erebos? I think that's how you say it. It's an enchantment creature zombie. Whenever Agent of Erebos or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. Nice. Launch the Fleet. It only costs 1 white mana. In Strive, Launch the Fleet costs 1 more to cast for each target beyond the first. Until end of turn, any number of target creatures each gain. Whenever this creature attacks, put a 1/1 white soldier creature token on the battlefield, tapped and attacking. That's awesome. That's really great. Especially for token decks. Oh, another Disciple of Deceit. Nice. I hope I get 4 of them. That would be pretty cool. Alright. Nyx Weaver. It is an enchantment creature spider, and it has reach. At the beginning of your upkeep, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. And if you pay 1 colorless, 1 black, and 1 green mana, exile Nyx Weaver, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Solidarity of Heroes. Solidarity of Heroes costs 2 more to cast for each target beyond the first. Choose any number of target creatures, double the number of 1/1 counters on them. That's great for my counter deck. Eidolon of Blossoms. You know, I haven't heard of this card. I don't know a whole lot about Journey into Nyx. I know a lot about older decks, and a lot about the Khans of Tarkir one. Anyway, so whenever Eidolon of Blossoms or another enchantment enters of the battlefield under your control, draw a card. I love card draw. Love card draw. Anything that has card draw is great. One of my favorite cards, I think it's called Opportunity. It's a blue card. You should look it up. I'm not sure what set it's in. Alright. Thought Render Lamia. Let's see. There you go. You can see it now. Whenever Thought Render Lamia or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent discards a card. Reprisal. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. It can't be regenerated. Blinding Flare. It costs 1 more red mana for each target beyond the first. Any number of target creatures can't block this turn. Dictate of Kruphix. Ooh, it's flash. I like flash, so you can play at any time you would play an instant. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Alright, nice. I don't even know how many boosters I've opened now. We still have quite a lot to go, I think. So, Phalanax Formation. It costs 2 more to cast for each target beyond the first. Any number of target creatures each gain double strike until end of turn. Reviving Melody. Choose one or both. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and or return target enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. Gnarled Scarhide. It's a Minotaur creature. It's an enchantment creature, so you pay 4 for its bestow cost, or just 1 to put it out. Gnarled Scarhide can't block. Enchanted creature gets +2/+1 and can't block. And Daring Thief. Whenever Daring Thief becomes untapped, you may exchange control of target non-land permanent you control and target permanent an opponent controls that shares a card type with it. And I got another foil, and it's an uncommon. It's Mogus's Warhound, which we've already gone over what that is. Nice. So, I am going to stop this video and do a part 2 so I can stay under the 15-minute limit on YouTube. I'll check back with you guys in just a moment.